Nice.
Going on YouTube, it's your girl Monique Nicole, and I am back with another video. Before we get started, honey, if you are new to my channel, please click that subscribe button down below, and also click up that thumbs up button. Sorry, and while you're down there, click the notification bell. That way, you will get notified whenever I drop new content. All right, y'all. So I have my girl with me, Nita the Diva.
Hey, 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 you guys.
Hello.
I'm
Y'all,
here.
y'all already know what we here for. We are here to talk about love and marriage, Huntsville. I don't know about y'all, but this episode was cracking. Okay, I thoroughly enjoyed it from top to bottom. What about you, girl?
Right. Yes, yes, yes. Love and Marriage Huntsville, Mr. Carlos King, all of you guys, you are bringing it this season. Bravo.
Bravo, bravo, bravo. No
Bravo.
pun intended. Bravo, bravo. Y'all, I don't even know where to begin. Y'all know I got the notes. Listen, I got the images. It's a lot to discuss. This episode, like I said, from top to bottom, I was definitely entertained. I enjoyed it. I just loved this episode. I don't know what it is. I feel like this cast in this show, maybe because they actually were friends, it just feels very authentic. Even though there are the quote unquote scripted moments, it
Mhm.
still feels like a very organic, reality
Oh,
TV show.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I really enjoy it. So
Well, the only thing is now is that because Mel and Martell has split, it kind of it feels like Mel is on the outs almost. Like she
hmm,
doesn't really like I see her bringing people into her circle, but
mhm.
she really doesn't really have a place in the bigger clique of the original cast because of the whole breakdown with her and Letitia, and
Okay,
then
true.
her and Kimmy, they still just kind of iffy. I'm still not sold on their friendship. I think they're just cordial.
Hmm.
Um and yeah, and so all the other relationships have kind of like fell apart, and it's
That's
just
a good point. I didn't think about it that way.
yeah.
Initially, I'm thinking Martell is kind of on the outskirts, but
Well, yeah, of
to your
course.
point, really, Martell's only issue is with one person versus Mel has issue with multiple people. So I see
Right.
what you're saying. She's
And
obviously
you
have to keep bringing new people in because eventually she's not going to have that many people to film with herself.
exactly. And
Excellent
that's
point.
when we were sitting up at I don't want to jump too far ahead, but at
Mhm.
the party, you could tell all she was doing was eating cake.
Child, that
Eat the
we'll
cake.
get there, baby. We'll get there because that whole scene was a lot.
We just
So
eating the cake anime.
we was just eating it. Now, that cake looked good though. That looked like that good buttercream frosting. I don't know that cream cheese frosting. Ooh, yeah, y'all.
Mhm.
I'm a foodie. So anyway, let's start with my least favorite person.
In this 90s
Marcel,
video.
Marcel Scott, baby. Marcel Scott. So, baby, Tisha called her husband into the car and said, "We need to talk." And child, let me look at my notes because I wrote some stuff, baby. First of all, y'all, I put in all caps master manipulator. I want
Mm,
y'all to understand. Let me show y'all my face. I want y'all to understand that Marceau is a master manipulator. He definitely has, in my opinion, I know this word is tossed around a lot often, but I feel like he does have narcissistic tendencies. I know that's the new trend, people are saying it, but truly,
it's really
he
true.
fits the description, and he definitely gaslights
Mhm.
Portisha. As far as reality husbands, I want to put Marceau, I want to put Ralph from Atlanta Housewives, and
Ooh,
I want to put Mark Daly, Kenya's ex-husband. They should be the CEO
mhm.
of the narcissist gaslighting your wife group
Squad.
squad. They all three of them. Maybe because the way
Absolutely.
and I feel bad for Tisha. At first, you know, I was like, "Oh, girl," I was getting on her, but I feel bad for her because I think it's sad any woman who is just, I don't know, dare I say, like just that desperate to keep their family together,
Yeah.
for which they're gonna kind of turn a blind eye. But I don't even know if it's a blind eye, because I feel like on one hand she questions him and she's threatened him before, but on the other hand she's just so gullible.
Mm-hmm.
So which is sad. But anyway, y'all. So let's see. Look at my notes. So okay. So basically, Marceau admits that he was indeed in Atlanta at a hotel with a friend. Quotes, friend. Now his excuse to Tisha is that he made an Instagram post on January 4th stating that, he was in Atlanta, and this is his words, y'all, someone goes on social media, then creates a story based on the fact that I was in Atlanta, and he manipulated her. And then he claims that he was with a friend, Chris Fletcher. Now, how many of y'all believe that he was really with a male friend in Atlanta? Raise your hand. Because not I. Not I.
Okay.
Not I, baby. Not I.
Right.
Y'all in the chat. Sorry, y'all.
Absolutely not. Because first of all, as far as him, and he just kept on saying this friend, this friend, this friend, this friend, and I'm like, are you stalling for time? And then he like, like he was trying to figure out what friend he gonna say, because of course she's gonna ask
that part.
And
that
so,
part.
Begrudgingly, he said Chris Fletcher. Jury, can we bring him to the front of the court, please? Chris, can you come down to?
Woo, child. I was like, where did he get like you said? I feel like nigga was stalling. He was like, because he, like you said, a friend. He never started out with saying Chris.
And what is the purpose of them meeting in Atlanta when they both live in Huntsville? Riddle me that. I don't know.
Riddle me that. So let me look back at my notes, y'all. Hold up.
Yes, absolutely not, Tiffany. You are absolutely right.
So, what else did he say, y'all? Okay. He says he knows for a fact that it was not him in the photo. Tisha starts crying, says, why is it wrong for us to have a good marriage? Again, just putting that narrative that people want to destroy them. Then she throws out there that, they want us to be cheaters because Martell got caught, basically. She's basically saying, like, she feels like because Martell was cheating, now they want to brand all the husbands as cheaters. And the truth is, let me show y'all my face for this. Y'all can see. The truth is, it's not the people. Don't get me wrong. Social media can be vicious. I know there are some hateful people. I have seen hateful comments, and that's the side of social media that I don't like. However, it ain't the people. Mm-hmm. It is Marceau that we as the viewers, we witness him. We witness his mannerisms. It's the way he speaks. It's the excuses he comes up with. It's the way he gaslights her. It is Marceau's behavior that has people putting a question mark like, People aren't just out there to target her marriage. There might be a 5%, but people are not. I don't want to see a Black family be destroyed. I don't. They have beautiful children. I don't want to see that. But it's her husband's behavior that makes people say,
Right.
So,
yeah, absolutely.
Then this Negro started crying. And all I could think of was this, y'all. That whole conversation, that entire conversation, that's all I could think of was Candy Bird. The lies. That's all I could think about, because I just watched him. I felt icky, y'all. I felt very icky witnessing the conversation. And I mean, his tears, I don't know where those tears came from.
Get that man an Oscar, because he started soft talking and everything. It was like it was the demeanor change for me, because usually he's very, very confident. He's either able to deflect or like run around. He did a little bit of tap dancing or whatever, but he had to bring it back on in. And I think he was like I think he felt like he messed up and he had to bring the tears because
Messed up for sure.
exactly.
I sound like Stormy for sure. For sure. Let me stop, y'all.
Yeah.
Enough. Moving
Give
on.
that man the Oscar. That's all I say.
Just
I do not believe him, not one bit.
and let me just remind y'all. I think I said this in a previous video. I think was it last season or the season before that? At some point, there was a moment in time when I was like, maybe he's innocent. Because I too was like, shit, the rumor's been out for 3 or 4 years. Ain't nothing been produced. I was actually starting to cave in and be like, the nigga might be on, he might just be an arrogant asshole, but he might be innocent. I actually was trying to give him that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, like I said before, I do think he's cheating, and I feel like that based on his actions.
Right.
I will say whoever he's been creeping with, he's either paid them off a pretty penny or the woman really loves him and doesn't want to destroy him, because there aren't too many side chicks that are going to be silent for 3 or 4 years. That's in today's time when everybody wants to be famous and like to air out shit. It ain't like back in the 90s and early 2000s when niggas could really creep in it,
Right.
But now, so I don't know who the chick is, or maybe it's more than one chick, but
So
I know he either paying them heifers or they really love his bald, wide back ass, because I don't know too many bitches that's gonna be quiet nowadays
right.
for years. I mean,
and let me say this as far as Tisha, you say you feel bad for her. I really don't. I'm so sorry. I think season 1, I really, really felt bad for her.
okay.
As she started to find her voice, I start to, like, okay, she's either working on herself, she's growing and all this other stuff. But at some point, you become a willing participant, and you kind of have to own your shit, just like you was telling Mel last week. Own your stuff. You got to own it. And if you don't want to be a willing participant, just either walk away or let the man cheat in peace. Tell Wanda, go kick rocks, girl. Listen, our marriage is a business arrangement. We got things going on. We got a family. We're doing the best for what we can do. Let the man cheat in peace. That's where I'm at.
That's the old saying, baby. The old lady said, look, if you are in a situation and you know your man is cheating and you're not prepared to leave, let him cheat in peace.
Exactly.
Let him cheat in peace. Because if you're not going to go nowhere.
Exactly.
Now, if you about that life and you about to kick his ass out, or you're going to pack your bags and go, then by all means.
Right.
But if you're not going nowhere, or if you're going to play stupid like Tisha is, let him cheat in peace.
Absolutely. That's where I'm at with it. So
I just think she's too insecure to
and she's such a pretty girl, and that's how you know.
So beautiful.
I know, and that's how you know that self-esteem and self-worth and all of those things aren't wrapped in a pretty face. It's not wrapped in what your body look like. If you got a BBL, if you got the hourglass Kim Kardashian, it does not matter. You still can have those types of tendencies of insecurity. And I believe that he actually has beaten her down almost, like to lose her self-esteem, if that makes sense, because of the way. And then he used to say she used to be so confident. I was like,
last season he said that to Lewis.
16 years of that. I guess so.
It's sad. But moving on from bald head and white back. So next on the docket, Maurice and Kimmy. Okay, I got stuff to say about this. Maurice and Kimmy meet with Martell to basically tell his ass he is not invited to Jalen's kickback or housewarming. Sorry, same thing.
Right.
Kimmy tells Martell that she's trying to, I guess, basically protect the space and energy. She lets him know that he can sometimes be meaner than others in a lot of cases. She explains that some of the choices that he's made within his marriage has fallout, and some of the fallout cannot be controlled. Then they then do a flashback, y'all, of
All
every damn argument they done had. The producers, no, they did their thing with that flashback because I was keying. That shit was
right,
so, and they did it so perfectly. Like it's like they went to the flashback, and then Kimmy was like, "You see what I'm saying?"
right. I
The
was like,
editing
did
was
they
like
tell
on
you to do that?
point. I was like, all right, they stepped up the editing on this episode. It was
Perfect.
perfect. Um, so let me see. Um, okay. Then they go to the IG post. Kimmy says that Martell commented on the post, the Atlanta post about the boys trip. She says that she didn't like Martell's comment. Basically, he made a certain comment and tagged certain people in it, making certain negative comments. So he basically promoted negativity in her eyes. He said that all the men were guilty of laughing and joking about the situation, which is true. Martell then makes a point, which I actually agree. He says he feels like Kimmy is coming down, sorry, y'all, coming down hard on him, and that basically he's the easier target. Because honestly, let's be real, this falls on Wideback. This falls on Marceau.
Right.
Yo, I don't be agreeing with Martell, but this season, this nigga got me agreeing with him a few, more times than I normally do. What was your take? Okay, first question. What is your take on Kimmy not inviting him in
Okay.
reference to the reasons that she gave? What's your agree, disagree, indifferent, question mark? How do you feel about it?
Okay. Now I know you say you kind of agree with Martell, but I'm gonna take it a step further.
Okay.
I want to say that the real problem is her husband lying, saying that he wasn't there, and then they had to prove that he was.
Wait, run
So,
that back.
so you remember when at the reunion he said he never seen them interact.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And so my thing is with Kimmy, I feel like she's deflecting from the real problem, the real thing that she needs to address with the lie that her husband said on that stage. They calling him out, his brother and
Mm-hmm.
Martell, and making fun of it. And I think Kimmy is using Martell as a scapegoat instead of
Mm-hmm.
trying to address Maurice. That's where I'm at with it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
where I'm at with it.
See, so I feel different ways. So on one hand, I understand, I guess, her thought process of, okay, one, behind the scenes, I don't know if it's in Mel's contract, but basically she had it to where she and Martell were not going to film together this season.
Mm-hmm.
So I like on one hand, I'm like, okay, maybe Kimmy's trying to respect that boundary. Two, maybe in Kimmy's eyes, that's just like an unnecessary drama that she doesn't need.
Mm-hmm.
But then I don't know. A part of me did feel weird, and I don't know if I can even articulate it properly, but it's just like, and maybe it's what Martell said. Look, Marceau is Maurice's brother. I feel like if Marceau was like a friend and pulled that shit, I think Kimmy would have went harder. The same way she's going hard on Martell, I think Kimmy would have went harder on Marceau had he not been his brother. Now I know at the beginning of the season, she did
Right.
question him
Yeah.
for sure, but I don't know what it is. I see Martell's side when he's like, he feels like he had to be like the not the scapegoat.
The
What's it?
scapegoat.
The easier target. That's
Oh yeah, the easier target.
I
Okay.
do agree.
Yeah, I called him the scapegoat. Yeah.
Both.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is. I kind of see it. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I also felt like Kimmy made it a bigger deal than what it had to be. Like, I don't know. Her explanation, I don't know. I would have just appreciated it. Look, I want to respect, Mel's wishes. Like, I would have rather her gone that route. I just was confused about her bringing up the history and the fighting, because I think the fighting is not just Martell. There's been times where Mel gave in and she did. They're both guilty, to some degree, as far as the bickering in front of everybody. Okay. Absolutely. And then to bring up the picture, it's like, but it was Marcel's post. So what the fuck? Who cares if Martell commented? All three men were guilty of joking about it and making a mockery of it. So I just felt like the reasoning behind it, I just didn't really.
I still don't feel like she's addressing the real issue. The real issue.
I don't feel like she's addressing the real issue. That's what I'm getting at. It's like something is missing for me.
Yeah, and when she kept trying to describe it, and she was like placing her hands on the table and stuff, and I was like, "Girl, I see you trying to move the chess pieces, but but no, I just think I'm like, call it like you said." But I also think I'm still gonna hold to it that she's not addressing the issue with Maurice. Now, I do find it funny and a little amusing that they got married in season 1, and they didn't go on a honeymoon until season 4, and now it's trips and trips and trips and trips and trips and trips. And so, that stuff makes Kimmy melt. Like, she be ready to go. You remember when he got in trouble last episode? He ran down there and got them bags so fast. I just think he's slick with it. He's just like Marceau, but he's a nicer version of it. Like he
very nicer.
He's not it doesn't feel like he's trying to play in her face like Marceau does with Tisha. I feel like he has some care, and he doesn't want her to hurt. He doesn't want her to feel bad. He takes care of her feelings. He really loves her. So
I agree. Now, I don't personally feel like he's cheating. He could be, but I don't feel like strongly like he is. I really don't. I feel like he's probably one of the dudes where, okay, he go out for boys' night. He might flirt with the bitch. Like he might.
Right. That's what I get too.
I feel like he might be in a chick's face. But I don't feel like he gonna really. I don't know what it is. Maybe I haven't seen it yet. Who knows? I just, I don't want to jump and think that he's like that. I just think, like I said, on a guy's trip, he'll be in a chick's face. He'll buy a drink. Might flirt, have conversation, but I don't think he's gonna take the girl home or to a hotel or.
Right.
I don't think so. But some men be lying about small shit. Because I feel like, sidebar, the Atlanta trip, when Arion came out and said the whole linebacker thing, I don't even feel like he smashed old girl. I really feel like he probably was flirting with the chick. But see, some men, not all, some men who are decent, somewhat decent, I feel like sometimes when they do something like a little wrong, like he buy a girl a drink, they will lie on some small shit, not knowing they worse. Had you just told me you bought the bitch a drink, I wouldn't have thought of it as I might give you some action for a day, but I'm not gonna. But because you're lying,
yes, that's the part right there. Don't you lie to me, especially about nothing small.
To lie about small shit. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
That's just my theory.
And I felt like we've kind of caught Maurice in a couple of different little, and so that makes you look a little bit more shakier. You know what I'm saying? You got to kind of keep your good eye on him. So,
Child. Yep. Child boo. So moving on.
What about the entitlement that Martell had? Like, I'm trying to figure out, why did he feel like he should have been invited first over Mel? And
there might be a reason behind it.
Is it
I wasn't sure, but there's something about the phone call when Martell called in to wish Jalen congratulations. There's something that he said in his dialogue where I get the feeling like he's probably been there for him or has given him advice at one point, and something threw his arm over his shoulder, gave him some. I just feel like somewhere, man to man, he probably looked out, just something, big brother, uncle type feel. I don't know. That's where I'm getting from it. I feel like it's more of that type of like, thing.
Okay.
That's just all speculation, y'all. I have no idea. It's just something about that phone call. He said something in the call that made me think, maybe it's just because of history, or maybe Martell's been there for him, threw him
Been
advice.
closer than Mel.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'm getting a little bit. I could be wrong, but that's my assumption. But next on the docket, we have a scene with Miss Destiny and Tiffany. Where's my little Tiffany picture? I don't know where she at, child. I thought I had it. Anyway, y'all. Tiffany and Destiny meet up, and they basically discuss, Galentine's. Well, first, before Galentine's, Tiffany tells Destiny that she's having baby fever and she want a baby. However, she's too tired to go on date nights.
Pause.
Her
Pause.
husband.
Pause.
The math ain't mathing.
Right. I was like, this girl, do you know what a whole baby is? And you can't get dressed to go on a date night, girl.
You know what? She needs to go babysit somebody's kids and be like
her own kids. I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Like little kids. Because I do feel like some parents, and some parents have said this to me, parents who have like older kids, but then have that one young one, they forget sometimes, like okay, Candy Burris and Todd Tucker, they both had teenage, 17, 18-year-old kids. Mm-hmm. Then they had their two little ones. It's kind of like that was 15 something years since I do think some parents need the refresher.
Okay.
You experienced it and you remember it. Sometimes you need that refresher. And I feel like Tiffany needs to go babysit one of her, I don't know, she needs to go babysit somebody or be around a baby and an infant and a toddler and really remember what that's going to look like.
Okay.
Day in and day out. Because I get damn delusion. I think she's delusional.
Right. Because I was like, you don't have time to get up and what else caused me to pause on that whole scenario with her? I was like, aren't y'all still newlyweds? How are y'all just sitting around, laying around on the couch, too tired to do something? I was like, she got really, really comfortable really, really quick. And I was just like, ooh, I don't know. And then I think in the super trailer, Lewis was saying that he wasn't getting none. And I'm just like, girl, what is you doing?
Oh, yeah,
Yes. I was just like, y'all ain't even been married a year and y'all fell into that rut already. And then you talking about a baby? Girl, what? So I guess she get a nanny while she at it, because I don't understand how that works. You can't go on date night, but you want a whole baby.
You too tired to go on date night, but you want to have a child again.
Make it make sense.
So, let me see. Okay, so then this is where they do rehash Galentine's dinner. And Tiffany says that Stormy was quiet and that Destiny agitated her. And I had to do this too again, because
exactly.
I really had to defend. I really, really had to defend Destiny, because, like she said, were you at the same dinner? Because
right.
How it went, baby. So I don't know if you need a reminder.
And thank you for production rolling that beautiful beam footage, because we got to see it. And I was like, Tiffany, what is you doing, girl? Everything she was saying when she was recounting it, like it felt like she was just being messy. Because even at the table, when she told Stormy that she was mocking her, Stormy wasn't thinking about nothing. That was Tiffany's word. Then all of a sudden, that became her justification of why she got so prompt. Yeah, I was just like,
because I got opinions about that whole.
Yes,
but yeah. So Destiny's like, girl, we were at the same dinner, because that's not how it went, boo. And so Destiny had to remind Tiffany that, like, hey, like, no, Stormy was not quiet, and she kept poking, Destiny, and kept butting in and kept questioning her 3, 4, 5 different times. And, she was kind of agitating the situation. So Tiffany throws a joke and says, well, maybe Mel now has a bodyguard and stuff like that, which I found to be an interesting comment, which lets me know Tiffany ain't as dumb as she tries to put on when it comes to Mel and the dynamics of the group. I feel like she tries to play dumb. And I do understand that she doesn't know everything, because she even said that she wasn't aware, of Tisha and Mel's past and the fact that they were now enemies. She was perplexed by that too.
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody was perplexed by that.
Right.
And then Tiffany kind of slides in and mentions about the Utah trip that she's going to be, the Utah girls trip that she's going to try to do. So I don't remember if Destiny said yay or nay. I can't remember. I think it was just kind of like, I don't know.
No, I don't think she asked her. I don't think, did she ask?
She did it in like a sly way where she was like, well, how do you feel like you may, how do you feel like you may be around the girls, something enough for a girls trip? And then Destiny was like, how do we go from girls so she said it like that, but I don't remember Destiny giving a actual response like
got
yay or nay. So I guess that's going to be continued. I don't even know how I feel about that whole thing, because I feel like that's such a personal thing, but I mean, I guess they're on a reality TV show.
Right.
Tiffany trying to align herself with the others just in case Mel leaves the show.
Right.
That would be smart. That would be smart. Hey, Brillo. Yeah, that would be smart. Because like Nita said, I mean, Mel's enemy list is starting to pile up.
Exactly.
So yeah, she needs all the friends she can get. All right, y'all. So on to the main event, Jalen's housewarming. So, baby, Maurice, Jalen, and Kimmy, they first, they kind of have a talk about the guest list. And Kimmy lets Jalen know that, hey, by the way, Wanda's coming. And Jalen had me cracking up because he was like, y'all don't know how to act. Like,
right.
Y'all don't be knowing how to act at my events. And I forgot they did tear up his damn graduation party.
Yes.
Last season of the season, but I can't remember, but they did tear up that boy's graduation party. That was a showdown, because it was like, it was Martell and Mel. And Wanda. It was So I understood his reservations and why he was like, Mom, you really decided to invite SES.
And I want to call BS on that. I don't understand. I know she was not that pressed for Wanda, a gift from Wanda to invite. I call BS on that. Like,
said that Wanda loves him though, or cares about him, or she said that. She's like, Wanda does care about you. She does, and she might.
Girl, send that in the mail. How about that? How about that? Go to my Amazon registry. How about that? Let's do that, because Hurricane Wanda.
Ooh, baby.
She came in there with
baby. Hurricane Wanda came through.
Yes.
We'll get to her in a minute. We'll get to her soon. So an interesting topic came up, and I'm like, thank you, Jalen, for bringing this up, because we got some tea that we didn't know about. So Jalen was like, oh, what about that land that y'all purchased? What's the update? What's going on with that? Which I forgot all about that land or whatever, because it's been a while since they actually talked about it. So Maurice says he wants it to be a restaurant, right? A restaurant, lounge, something.
And like an event space.
Yeah. Right. However, Kimmy wanted it to be like an after-school center for children, which I thought was actually a really nice idea.
Yeah.
And could have been profitable as well. Now, I don't know, in comparison to a restaurant, I don't know, but I thought it was a really, really nice, heartwarming
gesture to give back to the community.
I think they should look into it.
Yeah.
I thought it was a really nice idea. And it seemed like a little bit of a tug of war. Like Kimmy said in her confessional something like she feels like Maurice just kind of ignores her, what she says, and her opinions on certain things. And I found it to be interesting because it's like, what do you do in that type of situation where one spouse feels one way and the other feels another way when it comes to money and business? Like how, like,
Yeah.
do you rock paper scissors? Do you weigh the pros and cons of each? Because it's like, who's to say his vision is bad? Who's to say her vision is bad? I ain't married, y'all, so I don't know. Because it's like I said, Kimmy's idea was great. Now, I know that if they had a restaurant, people would go, because from what I hear, Black is doing great. So
Yeah. I know that's a restaurant is a lot of work and a lot of
very
dedication.
hard. Very
And
hard.
so what I'm seeing by this whole thing that Maurice is kind of painting a picture and kind of overshadowing Kimmy's vision, and she always say, she even said it when they was trying to build Scott Manor or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
She said he dismisses her feelings. Like she
Yes.
has an opinion, she wants to do it one way, and he totally does it another way. And then he'll do it, and then he'll shift it off to her, and she'll have to take care of it. And it wasn't even her passion. It wasn't even her project. That's not even what she wanted to do. And so
Mm-hmm.
I don't think if the weight and the burden is going to be on Kimmy, I think Kimmy should have more of a voice as far as what we're going to be doing with that, if that's going to be her responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he's a lawyer, he does credit repair.
Mm-hmm.
I think they dibble and dabble in real estate and stuff like that. So I think Maurice's plate is full. And I know Kimmy does the same thing, the nursing, the real estate.
Right.
She does the catering as well. And so because she did the catering, I was like, maybe the restaurant was on the table or something. I remember him saying about Kimmy's Kitchen or something like that.
Mm.
I don't know. But, I was just like, yeah, it's going to have to be a compromise. But I think whoever is going to take on most of the responsibility has to have a say in whatever happens.
Yeah. I will say them Scott brothers,
Yes.
they got some control issues.
Mm-hmm. Two sides of the
And let me
snake.
tell y'all something. I actually, when this show first came on, I forget what year now, 2017, 2018, one of them years, I remember I was flipping through the channels. I turned to it, and I think I saw 10 minutes of it. And it was mainly Marcel.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, I was so disgusted by his ways and his just, what's the word I'm even looking for?
Chauvinistic.
Chauvinistic ways.
Yes.
I'm telling y'all, I turned the channel and I stopped watching it. It took me, I didn't start watching the show really until season 2.
It makes
Season
my
2,
stomach hurt.
when Mel kicked Tisha out her party. That is when I started, because I was so bothered by the scenes with Marceau and a couple moments with Maurice that I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
This is how it is. I can't consume this. I can't watch this. This is, let me remind y'all, this is back when Marcel was trying to get Tisha just to be a stay-at-home mom, barefoot and pregnant. And she was like, I want to work. I want to get my real estate license. I want to do this. I want to do that. It was very hard to watch. He was like, what husband watches his kid? Nigga, what? You're a parent.
And that's when I felt sorry for Tisha. But as we started,
yeah.
I was just like, no, we see what's going on and all that. Hey, Terica.
Hey, Terica, nice to meet you.
Yes.
Thanks for subscribe. Make sure you subscribe, girl. Thank you. Shameless plug. Yeah, that was, I know I went off topic, but that is like some true tea. Like I really had to step away from the show. I was like, I'm not watching this shit. I'm glad it got better.
Yeah.
Maybe that first season, Marceau was so freaking chauvinistic and sexist. It was I think
terrible.
I was watching something from the 60s. I was like, nigga, this is not the 1960s no more. I'm gonna need you to
Right.
be a little bit
I was
progressive.
gonna be like, who raised you? I need to see who your mom is.
That part. That
Is
part.
it Mr. from Color Purple?
Listen, because the way, that first season, y'all, I don't think I can even go back and watch it. I'd have to skip past the scenes with Marcel because they were just so. Oh, sorry, but
I think he watched it back and he had to kind of course correct because
the
it's
viewers,
there.
lit his ass up. The viewers lit his. Oh, that first reunion they had. Oh, they lit his ass up.
Right.
He looked
And
like
he had to course correct, and he still does it, but it's under a veil of some kind of like, I'm just gonna kind of do it a little shadier, like, but he's still doing it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, Tiffany, you know I'm a fool girl. Nigga, you a parent. Like the way he was talking,
Exactly.
like he was
like
a
he's a babysitter.
I was like, not me,
It's
girl.
the audacity for me. It's the audacity for me.
Not me, girl. Couldn't be me. She had to tiptoe. She couldn't even go to the event. I remember Mel wanted her to go to an event. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. This is why I don't like Marcel. This is why he's the worst. Fuck what Martel. Listen, I hate Martel too, but fuck it. Marcel still to me is the worst husband on the show. Still, I know Martel. I know his ways. I know he effed up. I know. Yeah. But
I mean, it's over with him. Like, we done with him. We still continuing.
There's something about Marcel. He still to me is the worst husband. But anyway, sorry, y'all. I went on a rant. I had a flashback. I had some PTSD. Sorry, honey. So moving along. Housewarming party. Destiny arrives first, and Kimmy was like, "Hey, girl, everybody's coming, so be prepared."
Right.
Not much of a heads up.
You saw how she sashayed out of there.
You could have called me, bitch, a couple days earlier, but okay, yeah, all right, everybody's gonna be here. Great, And so then Lewis and Tiffany arrive, but they don't stay long because their child has a soccer game. Okay, so they came in and out, and Martel calls in and congratulates Jalen, which I thought was very nice. And before Tiffany left, messy Tiffany that she is, she drops the bomb that Martel had said the guys are going to have another guys trip to Atlanta for his wine tasting. And baby, the mouths dropped. Kimmy, she's trying to act really confident, and I'm not saying she's not confident. We all have insecurities, but baby, her face, y'all, said it all. She was like, "Oh, another guys trip to Atlanta. That sounds familiar." And Tiffany's messy ass was like, "Yeah, I heard the Atlanta trips be kind of notorious with y'all." She said something slick at the mouth.
Right.
I was like, bitch, I don't be liking your messy ways, but this is one time I was okay with it. It was funny. I'll give her that. This is the one time I thought Tiffany's messiness was warranted, or
right on time.
Right on time.
And look, and then she's like, "Hey, bye, y'all."
She's right. Okay, bye, bitch.
After she stirred the pot, she stirred
it up, mix it up. She did all that. That was funny. I have to give little Miss Tiffany her credit. So moving right along, let's see in my handy dandy notes. Okay. So Stormy and Mel arrive, y'all. And hold on, let me just pull up my pictures because Stormy and Mel arrive. And little Miss Kimmy was like, "Hey, would you be cool to talk with?" No, actually, she went to Destiny first and asked Destiny if it would be cool, if she'd be open to a conversation with Stormy. She said yes. And Stormy said the same thing. She'd be open to it. So I went into this, you guys, optimistic.
Me too.
However,
comma,
it
went left.
It went real left. Exhibit A. No, let me. It went real left, baby. So let's see here. What had happened was, so Stormy says she was taken aback by the argument at Galentine's Day because, she and Destiny didn't have any issues. And they were actually recently texting about business, about doing, sponsorships. Now, I don't know for whose business, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know for Destiny's business or for Stormy's business, but they were talking about potentially doing a sponsorship with each other. And she just doesn't understand why all of a sudden they had issues. Stormy says that Destiny was mocking her. And I'm just like, hold on, let me cut the camera. This whole mocking shit. Now, I'm a person, listen, if you tell me that I hurt your feelings or if you told me that I did something you didn't like, I'm going to apologize because it's the right thing to do. I don't have to agree with it, but if I respect you enough, I'm going to apologize for it.
Okay.
However, I feel like Stormy is like a dog with a bone when it comes to this whole mocking thing. I'm like, bitch, it ain't that deep. All right.
Right.
You
Right.
fucking hood. So she was talking. Like, I don't like that's not act fucking sensitive.
Exactly.
Let's not do this bullshit.
And
Ain't
by
like,
the time that happened, they were already clashing. They were in the midst of
thank
there
you.
will be mocking. There will be a whole lot of things. Like when we're arguing, who's to say what it is? There ain't no rules. I mean, just
But
don't
my
put your hands on
my
me. That's the
issue-
only rule we got. But yeah, if we are in clashing, yeah, I might mock you, and I
and this is
don't
the
care.
thing, too. Stormy keeps starting at the middle. Why do you keep starting with the mocking? There was a whole bunch of dialogue that took place before the mocking. So why
Exactly.
are we acting like Destiny just came out the gate, started mocking you? No, babe. Like
Yeah.
there was some dialogue that escalated prior. Like nobody's perfect in
Tiffany
the
must have gotten
situation.
her ear. Tiffany must have gotten
I
her
don't
ear.
know. I don't
Because
know.
that's where it feel like Tiffany picked up the story too. She picked it up right in the middle. Talking
I
about, well,
just
she didn't say nothing until you said something to her.
it's
I'm like,
weird. Like I'm not saying either party are perfect. Destiny and Tiffany both have blame. You got to take your blame and keep it moving.
absolutely.
Now you can point out what maybe triggered you or what helped escalate. They both did things to help escalate it. But
Mm-hmm.
Stormy trying to do this whole "you mock me, girl," it ain't that deep.
Let it go.
You was
Thank
being
you.
hood with it, talking about that's what's up, so she mocked you back. It wasn't that serious. Trying to be like, oh,
Right.
you mock my accent, I have an accent. You bitch, please, it's not about an accent. You
Right.
was acting like you was about it. So
Exactly.
she matched your energy.
Exactly.
It's not
Let you know what's good.
what's good. Destiny said it. She's like, girl, I be talking hood too. Like,
She
what's
said, who said it was hood? I said,
yeah,
oh,
I didn't. I'm like, oh, are we gonna play that card now? Like, girl, watch the footage,
oh no.
wind the tape. You
Right.
acting like you was about it, talking about that's what's up. Yeah, I see you. I see
Right.
you. What's up? The fuck? That
Exactly.
wasn't no good energy. What the fuck are you talking about? So I
Exactly.
hate the illusions. I hate the not taking accountability. It really irks me. Like, stop
Mm-hmm.
acting like it's like it'd be different maybe if it was like a white person trying to mock, but I don't know. I just feel like
Yeah, that
don't
doesn't.
put 20 on 10. It ain't
Yeah,
that
it
deep.
don't stand for me
You
either.
was acting about it, so Destiny matched your energy. That's just kind of how I feel about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just annoying to me. So so Destiny says, Stormy, was mocking her. And basically, hey, she was just speaking like her because, she speaks hood too. And then Stormy says, who says it hood or why is it hood or what makes it hood? Whatever. Bitch, stop playing with my fucking intelligence. On to the next. I just don't like that stupid shit. Like just so Destiny says Stormy was coming at her sideways. And Stormy said, and you were too. Destiny says, I never started that way, sweetie, or never, whatever she said. I never started, sweetie. And then she's like, I
Don't
don't
call
speak
me
to her.
sweetie.
Don't call me sweetie. Destiny says, but that's how I talk. Don't call me sweetie. My name is Stormy.
Yeah, listen, I get both sides, but I might have to. I'm gonna go ahead and take. I'm gonna be on Stormy's side with this one. It is condescending. We are kind of, I don't know why these people with this girl, and like, you can't call somebody girl or you can't call somebody sweetie. I don't understand what these trigger words are, but it is condescending. Is but you know what, I don't take it condescending coming from a woman. Like if I was in a back and forth with a man and he called me sweetie,
Oh, that'd be worse.
then that's when I'll have those types of feelings. But with a woman, I wouldn't even think that's like, that's like the furthest from my mind. But like I don't play that with a man. Like a man come at me like that, sweetheart.
Totally different. Totally different. Now, I understand when you're going back and forth, we've all heard it, whether we've experienced it, but we've heard it when two women are going back and forth and says, no, sweetie, or no, honey. We know that depending on how you say it, it can be condescending. Now, I know for me, I've been in arguments before with people like friends or loved ones, and I'm like, I'll say something like, okay, no, my love, just listen to me. Like, it's like for me, I'm like, I love you, so shut the fuck up. I say it, it's the way you say it.
Right.
But I feel like if you say it a certain way, it may not come off that way. Now, I don't know. I
don't think Destiny said it aggressively.
When she first said it, I was like, okay, but it wasn't enough for me to be like, ooh, she meant, like, it wasn't to me.
It wasn't strong enough. It wasn't like she was her face.
It didn't feel that strong of like, sweetie. Like it didn't feel like
I didn't feel no attitude behind it.
I felt like Stormy's attitude was up here compared to Destiny. And they both are chicks that have attitudes, but I feel like in this, there was something about it. I felt like Stormy had a little bit more chip on her shoulder than Destiny did in that moment. And at that point, Destiny said, all right, this ain't gonna work. Because she was like, that's how I talk. She's like, it's not anything bad. This is how I talk. And Stormy said, well, my name is Stormy. She's like, all right, this ain't gonna work, Shawty. Sorry, bye.
Well, no, but see, and again, I still want to take Stormy's side because Destiny, if somebody is correcting you of a way to address me, why are you getting all bent out of shape? Just say, all right, my bad, Stormy. Let me correct myself. I apologize and keep on with your point. Why you have to storm out? You gotta, it's just like one of those things. Like,
I can see that. I see your point. I also just think that, I don't know. I agree. Now that you said that, I do agree. She could have said, well, my bad. But I just think that it was Stormy's energy. It was her like, oh, she just had an extra oomph to it.
Yeah, it was nasty the way she
said, don't
call me sweetie.
Yeah, it was very just,
yes.
And I feel like Kimmy kind of also felt that too, because there was something about it. This is just my assumption, but it was something about when Destiny left and Kimmy was kind of like, when Stormy said, well, it's all about tone. It's all about tone. And she's like, yeah, it's about tone. But it was just like, I feel like Kimmy kind of felt too like Stormy was a little extra.
Yeah.
Her attitude and her delivery. Now, to your point, that was a good point. To make it just peaceful, I do think Destiny could have said, well, you know what? I didn't mean any ill intent with it, so I apologize. And could have kept it pushing. But Stormy did have a lot of extra attitude. So I wasn't mad that Destiny walked out because I was like, well, fuck it. Because if you're going to be on 10, I'm not in the mood. I'm going to leave. So I saw both sides, really.
Okay.
But Stormy just came. I don't know. She kind of came. She just seemed really extra with it. Let me see. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying, Monique. I'm saying the same thing. Like it felt like all it took was one thing, and there was, that's what I'm saying. Like I felt like if you really was trying to make an effort in squashing it, then you could have went that extra step and be like, my bad. Especially if you didn't mean nothing by it. If you didn't mean nothing by it, I felt like there's no harm, no foul. But she was coming kind of.
Yeah. Like I see what y'all are saying. I do see what y'all are saying. I just feel like the way Stormy was acting so hard with it, I wasn't mad that Destiny walked out. I wish she didn't. I agree. I wish she did stay and just say, hey, my bad. I didn't mean it like that. Let's move on. In a perfect world, I wish she did. But maybe Stormy's energy was just too negative for her. She was like, fuck this shit. You're not really worth my time with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have no friendship. So it also could have been like, all right, bitch, this ain't.
Right.
This ain't worth it. Because we saw she had enough patience, to handle Mel's conversation, but that there was real love there and they were friends. I feel like Stormy, she probably was just like, all right, bitch, I don't even know you like that. You have too much attitude for me. So bye-bye. It could have been, I don't know. You never know.
And actually, I do feel like there is a tinge of jealousy there with Destiny over Stormy and Mel, because she feels like she's her replacement. She dropped her like a hot potato. But yeah, like I said, I think it is a part of her. She does feel like, it's funny that Mel always called Destiny aggressive. Now Destiny, she has some issues. She got,
For sure.
girl, I'm gonna need you to get yourself together. But Stormy, I don't think I know her personality enough, but it feels like it's on the tinge of the aggressive side.
It's feeling aggressive to me.
It feels, I don't want to use that word. I
aggressive.
want to say antagonistic, like she with the shits. That's what I
She's
say.
definitely with the shits, but she just, and don't get me wrong, Destiny's first season, people didn't. I'm echoing. I don't know why. Destiny's first season, she wasn't liked. People did not like her. I didn't like her. Her first season,
Right?
But I do feel like Stormy is coming off a little bit more about it.
Right.
Let's look at the timeline. The first episode in, she got into it with Tiffany. Now, I feel like, yeah, Tiffany was being a smartass, but like I also remember feeling like the way Stormy popped off, I was like, oh, she can pop off quick. Like I feel like if you can pop off on a stranger that fast,
Right.
girl, I don't want to see how you are with the enemy, because bitch, you just went
right.
now. Because
Right.
I feel like Tiffany was being a smart ass. I didn't mind her getting cussed out. I didn't feel sorry for her. But
Right.
as a viewer, just not being biased, I was like, well, she went kind of hard on the girl for not knowing her. So I'm just like, okay, you did that. Then there was another scene with Tiffany where she kind of had a weird moment. I was like, okay, Stormy. Then there was another. It's just like it's been multiple. Stormy.
Yeah. Stormy. Yeah, she's problematic to me.
Y'all
it feels like she doesn't want to get along with anybody. It's like, I don't know if it's just like you putting on for a reality show for, just to bring the drama or something, but it feels like she doesn't want to get along with these girls for some reason.
It just feels like she's too quick to temper. She's too quick to be, she gets angry a little bit too quick, or she gets, you got to have a little more patience, in my opinion, if you're going to be on reality TV. There's a way to show that you're not a punk, but you still want to come off like you can get along with people. It's a weird dance you have to do. I'm not no expert, but I'm just saying, like, as a viewer, girl, I don't know if I could deal with Stormy as a full-time cast member, because she just gets upset too quickly. Yeah. Like, it's weird to me. I feel like, even I'll throw Destiny a bone. I feel like Destiny, she gets aggressive, but Destiny takes a minute. She's like tick, 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 tick. Then she'll boom. Stormy, it'd be like tick, tick, boom. And it's like, okay. Like, even Destiny will try to like shut it down before she gets to that. I have to give her credit, but there's some, I want to like Stormy. Like, I started following her on Instagram the other day. I want to like her. I like her presence on IG. I like that she's a businesswoman. She has her hair products in Target. Like, that's amazing. Like, and she seems like a down-to-earth chick, but when I see her on the show, it just...
That's what I said. Is she playing it up for the cameras? That's what I'm thinking.
I feel like she a hood chick, and not in a bad way. I feel like she's a hood and bougie chick, meaning... I don't know. She I don't mean it in a derogatory way. I just mean like she's just about it. I don't know how else to say it, y'all. I don't want to, say nothing rude or
that works for
anybody, but I just be feeling like she about it. And she come off like she about it. Like, what's up? Like, what's up? Like, bitch. Whoa. Jesus. Oh my God. She's not a total stranger, but she's just very new though, and she don't know everything.
I have that type of energy.
She hasn't been around them that much. She's only filmed with all the girls one time, Valentine's event. At Mel's party, it was majority of the girls, but without Tisha. I just feel like she has not been around them enough,
right? For that.
The
No,
energy that she be having, the what's it that it just. Oh God.
yeah.
But again, I'm not trying to bash the girl. There's something about her that I want to like. There's something there. I don't know what it is. I want to give her a chance. I want to like her. I don't know, y'all. Moving on. I mean, it's been 9 episodes and she's had like 4 or 5 incidents already. But anyway, I'm just saying.
Hello. Exactly.
Moving on. Let me see what the hell's next. Okay, so yeah, Destiny storms off, and sorry y'all, that damn Stormy thing got me. Okay, so on to a freaking key, baby, this awkward ass shit. So Keisha and Wideback arrive, and baby, that was so fucking awkward. I don't know what it is. Even if I don't really like a bitch, I can't. If someone is right here, I cannot completely ignore them. I have to at least be like, hello. It's to me, it's just weird. Some of y'all might be a little harder than me, and y'all can do what Mel and Tisha was doing. I would have just even a dry ass hello. I would have said that hello, and then that's it. But them bitches, look, it was like almost like an invisible wall was there.
Right.
It was so awkward to the point where the fellas were like,
this is awesome.
Like,
is this what we're doing?
Like, okay. You know, I appreciate Marceau, you know, as a man, at least acknowledging Mel. And he was like, hey, sweetie, or whatever he said, hey, hon, or whatever he said. He tried to give her a little pound, just something to acknowledge the person's presence.
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Y'all let me know if y'all that stone cold where y'all can do that shit. I can't. I will give a dry ass high and then I'll ignore you, but I can't just ignore a bitch for 2 hours. That's a lot of work. At least for me. So let's see. Now, one thing I wanted to point out, I don't know if y'all caught it because it was super fast. When Destiny came back to the party, when she was walking up the stairs, Mel did ask her. She said, "Are you okay? Everything okay?" And Destiny was like, "Mm-hmm." It was really quick. If y'all didn't catch it, you have to go back. It's really quick, but it was Mel did say that, which I'm like, oh, you care. It's just, it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Sorry, y'all. The softy,
I hate it. I hate it. But the thing is that, like I said, she's Martell's friend, and for real,
I don't think it's that though.
I can see cutting off because listen,
I don't think it's that.
When Martell and Destiny got together, who was they talking about? Mel.
Now, but I'm saying, in my opinion, it was the reason why Mel ain't fooling with her. It really don't really, to me, it don't really have much to do with Martell. I think it's a combination of. Well, I also think it's fucking Mel's ego. I think the cherry on top of the cake was the reunion, was her catching Tisha and Destiny talking about her. It was all of that. And then I think she probably went back in her Rolodex and was like, you know, some of these petty arguments that they've been having, I think she just was like, all right, I'm over it. I just think it won't take much for Mel to cut people off, which
not at all.
And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I know we live in a generation where everybody wants to be like, I cut you off, and people think it's cool. I'm trying to tell y'all, grown person to grown person, if you, and I mean this with love, if you are a person that you find yourself often cutting people off and doing this and
do some self
comes off, you need to do some self-reflecting. And I'm telling y'all, it comes off as if you do not have good conflict resolution skills. Not everything needs to end up in a blow up. Exactly. If you are quick to cut people off, that means you're not good at resolving conflict. You need to look into yourself a little bit. Don't get me wrong. If someone's toxic and there's been multiple things and multiple examples and you've given chance, what you got to do. But Mel just, and I'm not saying she's going to drop people after 2 arguments. I'm not saying that. But it just appears her history, her trend, it just comes off like that. Plus you added the fact that she doesn't take accountability. It's just, sometimes you do have to look at yourself and not even a blame. I feel like a lot of times when it comes to like conflict with people, people always want to blame someone. Like, it's just human. I'm guilty of it. We're all guilty of it. Sometimes we want to blame someone versus being like, hey, I contributed to this part. They contribute. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's wrong on both ends.
Right.
But I feel like Mel doesn't ever look to say, okay, what did I
do?
What did I do to contribute to this? Yes, I feel like Destiny did this, which could be valid.
Mm-hmm.
But what did I also do to contribute to the demise of the friendship? Y'all have to do that as adults, as you're trying to grow and evolve in life. You cannot always point the finger at someone else. You got to also look at your behavior and your actions to be like, you know what? I added to it. You got to be able to do that, y'all.
Right.
That was my Iyanla Van Zant moment. I'm done. But
well, thank you for coming to our TED Talk.
Yeah. Thank you for coming to our TED Talk. We will be here again. Life advice. But no, but yeah, again, it was nice that she checked on Destiny. Mm-hmm. Moving on to messier things. Baby, the messiest woman on the show, Miss Wanda J. Blige. Miss Wanda J. Blige. I don't know if she had boots on. Y'all know she like a high boot, but Wanda J. Blige in her wig and bad eyeshadow arrived to the party. To start some shiznai. Okay, she wanted to get that thing cracking. So she first came in relatively nice.
Oh, y'all got the alcohol.
I had false hope at first because she first came in and was like, hey y'all, okay, Stormy, nice to meet you. Stormy was like, you actually met me at my house, some function or something, or Mel's house, something. She said they met before. Okay, didn't know that. I didn't know that. So Wanda tricked us. I thought she was gonna be nice. Nope. So after a few bites of food. Now, y'all notice this woman right here. I forget her name, but this is Kimmy's friend. And she was featured, I believe, last season when Kimmy and Tisha were having some problems, I believe, a couple times. I think she had some commentary about Tisha at one point, and she had some commentary about Maurice's ex-wife, Kiowa.
Right.
So she's been
that's her.
Yep, this is the same friend, y'all. From last season. So just a heads up. And they also get into some banter about Tisha. And the girl was like, well, Tisha's a grown woman. She's a big girl. She can handle it, you know. So they had their little banter, what have you, about past stuff. But Wanda was like, look, I'm here because I heard y'all were talking about Tisha at Mel's party. And she points to Kimmy, Mel, and Stormy. I don't know why she pointed to Kimmy, because Kimmy was actually innocent in the whole thing. Thank you, Andrea, Patricia. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Patricia. Now, that's another person I like that will stand up to Wanda. So right now we have Patricia.
We got Kiki.
And we have
Kimmy. And, well, we'll get there. So let's...
Go ahead, say it. What?
No, I'll say at the end, our to be continued is Wanda versus
Kimmy. Yep. Ding, ding, ding. I like
Let's get ready to rumble.
So this, it was a whole mess. So Wanda is just going off about how she heard they were talking about her baby, this, that, and the third. Now, initially, Tisha was like, Mom, I've already handled everything. You don't need to address anybody. But I found it funny in the confessionals at the party, Marceau was like, hey, Tisha, your mama is going in on there. Now, you know it's bad if Marceau step in and say, get your mama. You know it's bad. So he's like, your mama is in there telling everybody off and calling people bitches. Like, you need to go handle that. Well,
I didn't invite her.
That's what I was like, okay, Tisha, so... 1 minute you're telling your mom to be quiet. The next minute you're rooting for her to say something. You're not so dumb as we think.
Exactly.
You know? Okay. Exactly. She only doesn't like it when her mom gets into her marriage. But if Wanda butts in with the girl drama, oh, she can do that. Go on, mama.
Right. But however, I'm gonna let you know, Tisha, You go ahead and you sick your mama on us.
Uh-huh.
She called me a bitch.
Oh.
I'm gonna have something for her ass. So don't get mad if I call her everything other than a child of God. Don't get mad at me because you ain't because she can get it too.
She can get it.
No,
She
don't be trying to come up to me talking about that's my mama. Don't be just
girl. Yes,
girl.
let me. You know what, Monique, and I got it too, girl, because that shit was funny. Let me pull it up, baby. Stormy was like, okay. Yeah. Well, at least we know Stormy will respect her elders and be quiet.
Yeah.
They all tried to, be respectful. I'll give them that. They did try to be respectful.
Yeah.
But Stormy got a face, baby. Her facial expressions, she just be having that stank face. I guess the resting bitch face. She's one of those girls.
Right.
Her husband looked at Wanda too, like, okay, girl. He's like, let me go back on my phone, child.
Right.
So,
and see, my thing is, she come in there calling everybody just, but Destiny can't call you sweetie. We can't call you girl. But I mean, like, come on, let's keep the same energy. Let's keep the same energy. That's all I'm saying.
And then Kimmy and Mel, they cracked me up on that little couch with the way they was looking. Because Mel was like, her face was giving it away, but she remained quiet, which I'll give her kudos. So Wanda says the next time they want to talk about Tisha, they need to invite her. And then she hits the infamous line, bitches can't buy shoes that come in a box. I can't even do her accent, y'all. I can't.
Oh my God.
Bitches can't buy, what'd she say? Hold on. Bitches can't buy shoes that come in a box. She get that from. And I'm like, girl, that's the wrong crowd because all them bitches can buy shoes that come in
exactly.
And then some because Stormy got money.
I don't know what she is talking about.
Stormy got money.
Right. But you know what? I think that's probably why everybody just kind of let her slide because she be talking nonsense. At the end of the day, like, I'm not even going to give Wanda my energy. You know what I'm saying? It's just a mess. I think that's why everybody was looking at her like she was crazy, like she had two T-balls on her eyes. They looking at her crazy.
So Kimmy checked her, was like, all right, ain't gonna be too many bitches now. It ain't gonna be too many bitches. And Jalen was like, Wanda, you ain't gonna talk about my mama like crazy like that in this house, baby. It was a whole thing.
Yes.
It was a whole thing.
Yeah.
And like Nita said, it ended with a ding, ding, ding. Kimmy versus Wanda again for what, the fourth time, fifth time? They had so many arguments, and I'm telling you, when Kimmy be gathering Wanda, Kimmy gathers her.
Right.
I'll go back at previous seasons. Kimmy gathers Wanda, and I love it because she does it in such a mature, way. It's so freaking beautiful. Oh,
right.
She gathers it. So what would y'all rate the episode? Drop it in the chat what y'all would rate the episode. I would rate it between an 8 and a 9. An 8 or 9 for me.
Yeah, it's a 9 for me.
I
think like I said, they coming with it. Not a dull moment. Everybody was saying we knew that this was a production because there was no friends of Jalen. Kimmy was on Twitter and she said she had her friends and friends of older friends come because they come with gifts. Jalen friends, however, they want to just come and hang out and party. So she said that was the reason.
It would have been nice. I get her point, but Kimmy, I'm not buying it. I love you though. I know they can't break the fourth wall all the way. So that's cute, sis. But
yeah, no, I ain't buying it either.
Because it would have been nice if he had 2 friends.
At least, yeah.
He couldn't bring 2 of his closest friends to come just to kind of like. It was all fucking adults. So it was like, yeah, that is where, production. And I get it, y'all. They have to create a show. They have to. If they didn't do this, we'd be bored. Right. You know what I mean? So we have to kind of let it be a give and take. You know what I mean? Like, this is their job. But for like a realistic feel, I wish they did have at least 2 of his friends come because that would have felt even more, a little more realistic.
Organic, yeah.
all these grown ass, old ass people at this man 22-year-old boy's party. I think he's maybe 24, 25 at the most. Like,
Right.
now.
It was so funny when when Kimmy said it ain't gonna be no bitches up in here. Wanda comes sashaying back. I said, did she have a couple of drinks? Because she looked like she
She had that clip. She sure did come sashaying her ass back in there.
she almost looked like she was going to topple over a little bit, like she was holding on against the wall. I said, oh, Wanda.
She really did sashay her ass back. It's like, oh my God, that was really funny. That was really funny. And I am really looking forward to next week's episode.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe if you are not subscribed already. Nita the Diva's link is down below in the description box. Please support her channel as well as mine.
And we'll be over at my channel next week.
Next week, we will catch you guys on her channel. Now, we may do something on DC, maybe.
Yes, we have to catch up. We have to do 1 and 2.
We'll talk offline, but y'all may see us again this week.
So turn them notification bells on so you can pop in. We're going to do a live.
Yeah, baby. Thank you guys again for the love and support. We appreciate it. And we will catch you guys next time. Peace.